off again in the team. It's your boy DG, and we back with another video. And today we're gonna be reacting to Liam Cohen, the new head coach for the Jaguars. Man, he kind of tripped out, man. He kind of scares me, man. He makes it seem like it's not gonna work over there.
To the man of the hour, Liam, and his sons right there, Jackson Callahan, his dad Tim, mother-in-law Edna. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to Jacksonville, Florida. And to everyone watching online, thank you for joining. We're here today because we're coming off a very disappointing season. Our fans, our partners deserve better, much better.
Hey, that's gonna be Stephen Ross next year. That's gonna be Stephen Ross next year. I'm telling you.
And that's why 3 weeks ago I announced that we would search for a new head coach. When we interviewed 10 remarkable candidates for the positions, two things became clear to me. Number one, that this wasn't a moment of regret for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This was a moment of progress, optimism, and confidence that we will achieve the ultimate goal as long as we have the right man. And number two, that man was Liam Cohen. Why? Liam's outstanding body of work speaks for itself. Quarterback development is the bedrock of modern NFL, and Liam has delivered that wherever he's coached. His outstanding reputation preceded our first interview on video, and everything we heard about him from top people.
Let's check out his resume real quick. He started coaching in 2010. He played football, Alabama Vipers. He's 6'2", 220, so he was probably a quarterback. Most likely. Looked like he gained some weight. He was the Rhode Island pass game coordinator. Then the Brown quarterbacks coach. Then he went to UMass, Maine. So he spent a lot of years in college. Then he jumped to the Los Angeles Rams in 2018, 2019. Then Los Angeles Rams assistant quarterbacks coach. So I think he worked with either Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford. Kentucky offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. So he did something with Will Levis, but Will Levis, he hasn't shown us anything in regards to him being an actual good quarterback. So, if you want to say he developed Will Levis, okay, you can use this. But I don't think that's somebody you can hang your hat on. In an interview, you're telling me that you made Will Levis. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Kentucky offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, Los Angeles Rams. He went back to the Rams. So he's going back from LA to Kentucky, back to LA. Then he went back to Kentucky again. Then that's when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came and got him. And then now he's the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So he had a short stint. It took him about 15 years to get a head coaching job. But, sometimes when you're trying to get that main goal, you got to go through a lot of obstacles, a lot of years of work, a lot of years, man. But, hey, he made it. He made it. I don't know if he's going to have success over there with the Jaguars. I do not know, but we're going to see. We're going to see. There's no quarterback we could really say that, yeah, he did his thing other than Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield was already made from David Canales. To be honest, I hang my hat on David Canales doing what he did with Baker Mayfield instead of what Baker Mayfield, did with Liam Cohen, to be honest.
Throughout football, solicited and otherwise, was confirmed when we met Liam here last week. Liam was bright, prepared, ambitious, and he inspired us. I knew then that Liam was our man, and we got our man. So with that, it's my privilege to introduce to you the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Liam Cohen.
Thank you, Shad. As I said last week, this is a moment of a lifetime. I'm grateful for your confidence in me. I also appreciate that you.
Bruh, you almost took the Buccaneers job back again. You know, when they said they wasn't gonna fire they GM. And also it's kind of funny in regards to what happened with the Jaguars and the Buccaneers. It's funny, man. It's funny. Like, to be honest, the way it played out, I don't think it's gonna work out for the Jaguars. I do not think so. I think the Titans, they're gonna get the quarterback of the future. He gonna end up looking better than Trevor Lawrence. Texans, I think they're gonna keep afloat. Colts, I've been hearing that Anthony Richardson, he been working with Josh Allen's quarterback guru. So maybe Anthony Richardson comes back next year and he turns into Josh Allen. Maybe, who knows? We're gonna see.
You're saying that I inspire you because you do the same to me. It's amazing to hear. Want to thank people along this way in terms of the process to get here. Tony Khan, Tony Baselli, Mark Lamping, and Ethan Waugh, I genuinely thank you for your honesty and trust throughout this process. I owe a great debt of thanks to a lot of the coaches that I've gone through the process with and given me opportunities to coach, because that's what I love to do. Todd Bowles in the Tampa organization, Sean McVay in the Rams, Mark Stoops at Kentucky, Mark Whipple at UMass, my alma mater, Phil Estes at Brown, and Don Brown, who was my coach as a player and a mentor to me in this profession. They were all great football minds, but one thing they had in common was leadership. And that's what this is all about. It takes complementary football at all three phases to be great. Offense, defense, and special teams. How do we want to play the game? And that's fast. Fundamentally sound, attacking, situational masters, and tough, both mentally and physically. You see players in the room right here, guys that I've had conversations with already. It will always be about you. Always. It is players over plays. How do we make this as much about the players and making this about bringing out the best in you? That's what this is about.
I mean, that makes sense. If you don't have the players to make the plays, what's the point of the players? So you need to predicate the plays based off the players that you got in the room. Don't give the plays to the players that cannot make those plays. To be honest, that's the problem with some head coaches. That's a real deal problem.
Jacksonville, the community. Duval.
Nah, bro. What? Nah, dog. That ain't it. That ain't it, bro.
Jacksonville, the community.
At least say it right, bro. At least, like, come on, man. Them boys, they going 0-17. Them boys going 0-17 after this, bro.
Duval. How do we do this together?
Weird, bro.
This has to be collaborative. I want it to be as collaborative as possible. For us to go to the next level, take the next step, and for us to have found a home for the first time in a long time that we can maybe plant some roots and truly be in a community and a family that we love and trust. On to the theme of family. You're told at a young age when you meet the one and what that does for your life. And I met my one 5 years ago. Ashley, you have made me a better person every single day. And I would not be here without you. You make me better. You make us better. You will make Jacksonville better. I love you. My sons, Jackson and Callahan, wild. Jackson, Jacksonville, Callahan, town. I mean, here we go. What an opportunity for them to see these guys. That's who I want them to see. That's who I want them to be around. That's where I was, in locker rooms, on the field, with those guys from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, all with the same goal. I want my kids to be them.
And it was more in style that you get a coach that played football before instead of getting somebody who never played football. You know, it's different getting coached up by somebody who knows everything that you're going through. Everything. So that's one good thing about Liam. One good thing.
Edna, Kevin, my wife's family, truly thank you for the support. Jock, my agent, but a friend. First guy to pick me up on the plane, off the plane in LA. We'll never forget it, man. And to my dad, my best friend. I was lucky enough as a kid to grow up and have my hero, the dream, and my best friend in the house. That's something, guys, we all know that's special. And I've learned so many things from you, Pops, going through this process of life. And I cannot thank you enough for your support and love. And finally, to my angel up in heaven, my mom, Elizabeth, I wish you could see it. I wish you could see it, because this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I cannot thank you guys for this moment. Shad, you just made a dream absolute.
You know, this could be a potential downgrade compared to Doug Peterson, in my honest opinion. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl before. He won a Super Bowl before, so ain't no, questioning that right there. And you move on to Liam Cohen, who has never been a head coach. So I don't know if this is gonna work, man. There's 32 NFL jobs, so that there's gonna be an opening each year, man. So the job security of Liam is good right now, but you got to wait to see if he's going to be able to put up a good record next year with the talent that the Jacksonville Jaguars have. Now, they got a little bit of cap space to work with. They got their draft picks. Hopefully, they make the right choices. Hopefully, but we're going to see.
Absolutely come true. And we're going to work our tails off to bring championships to Jacksonville. Thank you so much, and we're ready to get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now we're going to open up the floor to questions from the media. We have microphones flanking both sides of the room, and we just ask that you identify yourselves and your media outlet before asking the question. And if you could be direct, clear who you're directing the question to, that would be helpful too. So why don't we begin? Who's got the first question today? Gene?
This is for Liam. Congratulations, welcome to Jacksonville. Before I get to forward thinking about your opportunity here, could you just briefly go over last week, a lot of reports that you were going to stay in Tampa for a substantial pay raise. Then you changed your mind, decided to interview here. Could you talk a little bit about what made you change your mind? And was there any, in any way, any misgivings in your mind about changing your mind, not about pursuing a head coaching opportunity?
Thank you, Gene. Look, the opportunity to coach in Tampa was a phenomenal one, to get my feet wet in the NFL as the offensive coordinator, and I thank them so much for that opportunity. As you continue to do more research and gaining more information as you go, it started to become, more clear with every hour that this was an opportunity that you just can't pass up for so many different reasons. And you ultimately want to do truly what's best for you and your family. And that's what this came down to. I will always love and remember those guys in Tampa. My players, those guys, love them to death. But this is an opportunity to also go and do it with some new guys, right? And to go reach and touch people, because that's what coaching and teaching is. And that's what this opportunity is all about. And extremely thankful for that. But head forward, head and eyes up, and we're moving forward.
Just to be clear, did this have anything to do with the change in the front office structure?
He kind of give me that Mike McDaniel vibes, kind of like that weird aura, that unique aura from a head coach. That's what I'm getting from him. That's what I'm getting.
Sure.
This was completely about an opportunity to work for an owner and a group of people with a group of players that needed some help. And that's what coaching is, right? That's what coaching is all about, is trying to go help people and be around people. So no, that was not the factor.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So why ain't you stay with the Buccaneers to be the highest paid offensive coordinator of all time? Why ain't you stay? Why?
With
One more.
Beyond the opportunity to develop a quarterback like Trevor,
Yeah.
what is it most that excites you about this opportunity?
Right. You see this place. Look at this right now, right? Look at this. The community, what we're doing in the future, the opportunity to be a part of something different, right? Let's be honest, this is different. That's awesome. That's exciting for me and for my family, to truly be a part of something different, to go impact and influence football players and people and staff. That's what this is all about. It's about trying to be a part of change and improvement, and try to go do something different and win, right? Winning cures a lot.
I'm gonna check out his roster when he was at Kentucky. Check them boys out. Keydron Smith, I know him. He from my city, around my way, Palm Beach. Shout out to him. That boy, last name is Smoke. Who else they had? I don't know. Will Levis, he was here. There go Will Levis. Who else? Wasn't Ray Davis on this team? This is JJ Weaver. He has about what? 11 fingers. 11 fingers. Look him up. And y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. He has 11 fingers. Now, that might be a advantage, or it might be a downfall with JJ. Might be a downfall. Who else they had? Andrew Phillips. He's currently with the Giants. Shout out to him. But Liam Cohen, he was the offensive coordinator. So defensive players, we can't really hang our hat in regards to him helping them boys out. Harrison, I don't think he's in the NFL. I think he's still in college. Trevin Wallace, he's the linebacker for Panthers. There's probably some other guys in the NFL. I probably don't know about them. Probably don't know about them. Nobody in the old line I really know. Kentucky, they got a good D tackle coming out this year. Deion Walker, good D tackle. Yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. So there wasn't really a lot of talent that he had at Kentucky, but he made Will Levis look good enough to the point where he was almost a first round pick. Almost a first round pick.
Winning cures a lot, and that's the goal.
Okay, we're going to go over here on the right. Rick Ballou, please.
Liam, welcome to Duval. Rick Ballou with 92.5 FM and 1010 XL. Been a lot of speculation, but we haven't heard it from you. You will be calling offensive plays.
Yes, Rick, absolutely. We'll be calling football plays.
How important is it for stability now with Trevor? This will be the fourth different play caller as he gets ready for his fifth year. just a perfect scenario for you as far as, what you've seen so far in his 4 years and where you believe you can take him?
I was telling Trevor this the other day that I've watched him play, live as a freshman in high school. It was Buford High School against Carrollwood? Cartersville? Excuse me. Sorry, I was in I was in Georgia, man. That's all I knew. And I was seeing this freshman in high school play the position at a high level, standing tall, making throws, delivering. And I walked out of there like, man, this is different. I had no idea who he was. And then you fast forward to now, right? How do we make Trevor Lawrence and this offense as dynamic and explosive as we can be, right? We've got to build it around him as well, right? We've got to make every part of this about improvement, and he will be a part of that process. He's earned that right. I cannot respect his toughness and mentality and work ethic more than I do already from afar, and this will all be about Trevor right now.
Jamal
Good answer.
here, News for Jax. Mr. Khan, this is for you. What was this search process like, and what was it about Liam that convinced you that he was the right person for this job?
Well, I think we, interviewed 10 potential candidates. And I think with the lack of success we've had here, certainly over the last year and a half, it's a chance for reflection from me. I think what was the fundamental thing that we need to address? And the number one thing, obviously, is the quarterback position. And our commitment to Trevor, I think it's well known. And we believe in him, so it started with that. And that was the fundamental question, really, to all the candidates. How would they do it? And after we got done with that, it was very evident to me that Liam was the guy. And, I'd never met Liam till the process started, but I'd heard about him quite a bit over the last year from really, as I said.
You know what's so funny? They interviewed somebody else previously. He was the OC for Tampa, wasn't it Tampa? Byron Leftwich. He got an interview for the Jaguars, but he wanted the GM, Trent Baalke, gone. But they wasn't going to do it. They wasn't going to do it. And he still don't got a job till this day. And then another head coaching candidate came along, Liam Cohen. He wanted him gone. And they're like, okay, we'll give in. We'll fire him so he could be the head coach. I think the boys got desperate when they seen like the top candidates that they really wanted weren't going to pull up unless they fired the GM. That's why I think.
Solicited and unsolicited. NFL has several events, and I've been to them. The topic comes up, and his name was prominently mentioned. So I really wanted to make sure that he was part of the 10. And as we went through the process, it was absolutely compelling. He's the right guy for us.
And can you take us through how everything kind of came together last week? Because it seems like it may have been a bit of a whirlwind of a couple of days.
Well, it's very quick. He's our guy, and, we got him. Simple as that.
Okay, let's go to Demetrius, if we could get him the mic.
Demetrius Harvey with the Florida Times Union. Liam, you were able to be here in Jacksonville during training camp, during joint practices. I'm curious what you were able to learn about maybe the team a little bit, and then obviously the facility and all that.
Yeah, great question, Demetrius. That was a huge opportunity for me to see this. I walked through these halls, and I'm like, this place is awesome. And you start to see it, and then during the course of practice, those few days, you're obviously competing against the defense on one side of the field, and I kept hearing oohs and ahs on the other side. And you go back and watch the tape, and you see them throwing the football, and BTJ going down the field, and these guys making plays, and that was cool to see. I got an opportunity to talk to Josh Hines Allen that day. I got an opportunity to talk to Luke Fortner that day, guys that I had a relationship with, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Luke Fortner, he went to Kentucky too. The center that them boys got over there, he went to Kentucky.
Parts of this, right, where you have an opportunity to look back and say, man, that thing's got a shot, right? And that gets you excited. And I think that was the beginning, as you mentioned, of really looking at this as the opportunity that it became.
I'm curious too, you sort of touched on it, but just from what you've seen from afar about Trevor and the rest of the team, what do you sort of make of it, heading into this sort of new chapter?
I've mentioned this to the guys. This isn't a 4-win team. Yes, that is the record, but this is not a 4-win team. Okay, how do we go from winning games to not losing them? I think that's something we've got to address, and that is got to be in our veins, in our DNA, the culture of winning. I've learned it from the Los Angeles Rams and from a ton of other great organizations on how to go win football games. And so I think that's something that we have to start as a team, as a group, and show how we're going to go do it.
Straight ahead.
Joe Willimar from WSAB in Savannah. I have a question for Liam and for the owner. First, Liam, you can start working with your team on April 7th because you're a new head coach. What are you hoping to gain in that 2-week process?
It's a great question. Culture first and foremost. Like, what is the culture that we want to establish, the direction in which we're going to go, and how we're going to get there? That's first and foremost. After we start to establish the standard and how we want to do things, then we'll get into the fundamentals and techniques in which we want to participate and play the game at. Then you start to get into the scheme while continuing to educate and address the culture, the standards. And that's where it's going to all start, is when these guys get in the building. It'll probably start before that with the staff building and trying to get this thing within the building itself.
Hey, shout out to the new head coach. We're not going to sit here and watch the whole thing. We're going to check out some clips of him real quick. His first day in the office.
What's up, guys? How we doing? How's it going? Doing all right?
Nobody clapping for him. Nobody.
Good.
Nobody excited, man.
My wife. What's up, guys? How we doing?
It's Duval. I'm not even from there. I know how to say it. Duval. You gotta learn how to say it, fam. If you want to be the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, you gotta know how to say Duval. That's mandatory right there. Mandatory. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. These the vibes I'm getting from Liam McCohen. These the vibes, man. These are the vibes, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about Liam, bro. I don't know if this is gonna work for the Jaguars. I do not know. I'm getting bad aura from this. A bad aura.
All right, Coach, I know you've been working on that Duval.
But this place is prime for winning. It's prime for winning right now, and I think we can get there.
All right, Coach, I know you've been working on that Duval. Can I get one from you before we let you go?
Duval. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, that's better. That's better. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Folks, look, okay, zoom in for me. Can we zoom in? Actually, my director, Jeff, can I get you to come to camera 6 for me real quick? Because I want to whisper something here into the folks. Look, actually, my director, Jeff, can I get you to come to camera 6 for me real quick? Because I want to whisper something here into the folks. Look, okay, zoom in for me. Can we zoom in? Let's make this real personal, because I want to make sure that they understand it when I say it here. I'm putting them on the spot here. Nobody cares that the Buccaneers fans are upset. Actually, the more upset they are, the more that you should feel good that the Jaguars got it right. All right, thanks, Jeff. Actually,
how do you even know that they got it right? How do you even know? He ain't do nothing yet. He ain't do nothing yet, man. Nothing. Here's Coach JV's reaction.
Ball. Duval. Ball. Duval.
I knew he would say something.
Ball.
Do it. I wonder what the full reaction is. I do not see it. He probably going to talk about it tomorrow on this show. Probably. Everybody made fun of Detroit's head coach too. He can be a goofy mup if he wants to. He'll still be a winner. We're at MF. Trevor needs to get out of there right now. Hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I'm not even a Jacksonville fan, and I'm embarrassed for them. To be honest, man. To be honest, but hey, my team head coach is Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel. Jags are cooked. Like my God, that's embarrassing. What a fucking dork. Howdy doody. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, it's gonna be a few rough years for the Jaguars, but hey, maybe Liam Cohen comes in, turns it around, and they end up being a good team. Maybe. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about Liam Cohen. Just wanted to check him out real quick. After that Duval, he said, I was like, man, I gotta check out his vibe. He'll cool. He seemed okay, but I'm getting bad vibes from other bad head coaches that I've seen in history. That's why I'm kind of off about him. That's why. But hey, y'all let me know in the comments, man. How y'all feeling?